Okay. So first of all, I just wanted to start the session by thanking Sunita. She just manages the group so nicely, very diligently, puts the link every single morning. Sometimes I am behind, and her message kind of pushed me rush, rush, rush. So thank you so much to her managing everything behind the scenes. Okay, so for the new people, I see one or two new people. We usually read this for about 30 minutes. We save our questions for after the session. And in between, we just continue with the flow. After the session, I give about 5, 7 minutes. But mostly my sessions are so good, nobody asks any questions. So I really assume that everybody understood everything. So that's my takeaway from these sessions, and I feel good about it. So yesterday we talked. Yesterday was the first session for this reading. Today is the second one. We did give a little bit of background how kids are always looking at the miracles while we grow up. We get conditioned so much so, and we are introduced to the limiting beliefs and we stop seeing these miracles in the day-to-day life, right? And moving forward, today, tomorrow is again going to be the foundational days. And day after tomorrow, hopefully, if we can finish the foundation by tomorrow, we are going to start with the practices. So yesterday we talked a little bit about the Holy Scriptures, a few different practices. We took the quotes. And today we are going to talk about the science, how science is backing the same principles. We are going to talk about that. Okay. So it's universal law. Gratitude operates through a universal law that governs your whole life. According to the law of attraction, which governs all the energy in our universe, from the formation of an atom to the moment of the planets, like attracts like. And you're going to listen to this particular uh, law in almost all of the practice chapters that we are going to follow going forward. The basic law that is governing our life, our universe, is like attracts like. Whether it is an atom, whether it is how the planets are moving in the galaxies, in the universe, the fundamental law that is governing is the law of attraction. It is because of the law of attraction that the cells of every living creature are held together, as well as the substance of every material object. In your life, the law operates on your thoughts and feelings because they are energy too. And so, whatever you think, whatever you feel, you attract to you. So, the fundamental law that is operating this universe is law of attraction. Our cells are kept together by it. Planets we discussed briefly are the way they are moving and held together is because law of attraction. Now Rhonda Byrne is taking it a step further. How is law of attraction creating our life? Okay. How does it work is if you are feeling good, law of attraction is going to give you more opportunities and more experiences to feel good. If in your thoughts you are happy, by law of attraction, you're going to get more opportunities and more experiences to feel happy. So, whatever you're feeling, whatever your thoughts, at the end of the day, all of that is nothing but energy. And whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling, you're going to attract more and more of that. If you think, I don't like my job, I haven't got enough money, I can't find my perfect partner, I can't pay my bills, I think I'm coming down with something. A lot of us say that when we don't feel up to 100%. He or she doesn't appreciate me. I don't get along with my parents. My child is a problem. My life is a mess. Or my marriage is in a trouble. Then you must attract more of those experiences. So pick any example. If you're not happy in your job, you're going to attract more opportunities inside your job where you will not be happy. If you complain and do not feel good about your partner or whatever relationship you're in, you're going to get more opportunities and experiences for yourself that is going to create the same feelings again and again. But if you think about what you are grateful for, like I love my job, if this is the attitude we all adapt right in the morning before we go to our job, what is going to happen at job? We are going to be happy. We are going to do things that is going to make everything happy and happening around us. Right? By law of attraction, if you go to your job by this feeling that my job is amazing, I love my job, by law of attraction, you're going to create more and more and more of those opportunities and experiences at your job that you're going to love it even more. My family is very supportive. I had the best vacation. I feel amazing today. Remember a day when you woke up in the morning and you didn't feel very good? And suddenly one thing after other, the entire day, things doesn't work out as you expect. And take the opposite of it. If you wake up happy, relaxed, calm, you do whatever you have to do in the morning, prayers, coffee, whatever. And if you are happy, your entire day is going to give you plenty more opportunities to be happy. I got the biggest tax refund ever. And you sincerely feel the gratitude. How do you bring your feelings? The easiest way to bring the feelings in yourself is by feeling the gratitude. The law of attraction says you must attract more of those things into your life. It works in the same way as metal being drawn to a magnet. Your gratitude is magnetic. And the more gratitude you have, the more abundance you magnetize. It is universal law. So thought and feelings are energy. Have happy thoughts, have good thoughts, and to bring in the feelings, to feel really the blessings and the abundance in your life, start doing gratitude. And the more and more you do it, the universal law of attraction is going to work in your favor, and it's going to bring you more abundance and more opportunities and more experiences in your life, and you are going to feel more and more gratitude and happy and good. You will have heard sayings like, whatever goes around comes around. It's a very famous saying. I'm pretty sure everybody has heard it. You reap what you sow. If you are putting a potato plant, what is it that you're going to harvest? Potatoes, right? And you get what you give. Well, all of those things are describing the same law. And they're also describing a principle of the universe that the great scientist, Sir Isaac Newton, discovered. So these things, whatever goes around comes around, you reap what you sow, and you get what you give. These are very famous. We have all heard growing up, right? All of this at the foundation of all these sayings is what? You're going to get or you're going to attract what you give out. So the choice is now is on us. What do we really want to feel? What kind of thoughts do we want to have? If we want abundance, we need to feel more abundance. If we want more good opportunities, we have to be thankful for the opportunities that we have already had. Newton's scientific discoveries included the fundamental laws of motion in the universe, one of which says every action always has an opposite and equal reaction. Same thing, different words. When you apply the idea of gratitude to Newton's law, it says every action of giving thanks always causes an opposite reaction of receiving. What are we going to receiving if we are going to give out thanks? We are going to get more opportunities and we will be saying more thanks to them. And what you receive will always be equal to the amount of gratitude you have given. This means that the very action of gratitude sets off a reaction of receiving. We have all learned these universal laws growing up when we studied, right? But it was never explained to us how we can benefit from it, how we can apply to make our life better. And this book is doing exactly that. And the more sincerely and more deeply grateful you feel, in other words, the more gratitude you give, the more you will receive. The quantity of gratitude you're going to send out to the universe is going to send back to me or all of us similar amount or same amount of opportunities and experiences that is going to make me feel more gratitude. And when do we feel more gratitude or grateful? When we are happy, when we are doing something that we like, when we are doing something that we enjoy. The golden thread of gratitude. Dating back thousands and thousands of years to the earliest recordings of humankind, the power of gratitude was preached and practiced, and from there was passed on through the centuries, sweeping across the continents, permeating one civilization and culture to the next. The practice of gratitude is widespread. It's not related to one cultural practice or one religious practice. It is in some way, shape, or form, it is practiced across the continents all over the world. The major religions of Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, Sikhism, and Hinduism all have gratitude at their core. Muhammad said that gratitude for the abundance you have received is the best insurance that the abundance will continue. Now, this is one example that Rhonda Byrne has given, where Muhammad is saying that the gratitude for the abundance, whatever opportunities, blessings, good things you have today, if you feel gratitude for that, how does it work? It becomes your insurance, and universe is going to give you more and more of that, those experiences, those opportunities, those feelings back to you. Buddha said that you have no cause for anything but gratitude and joy. Lao Tzu said that if you rejoice in the way things are, the whole world will belong to you. Krishna said that whatever he is offered, he accepts with joy. King David spoke of giving thanks to the whole world for everything between the heavens and the earth. And Jesus said thank you before he performed each miracle. From the Australian Aborigines to the African Maasai and Zulu, from the American Navajo, Shawnee, Cherokee to the Tahitians, Eskimo, and Maori, the practice of gratitude is at the root, is the very root of most indigenous traditions. And like those of you who just connected with me, like I worked a lot with the shamans locally in Canada, and every ritual they start It starts with a practice of gratitude, whether it is writing, whether it is saying, whether it is taking turns to say thank you for something, and then only they move on to the actual ritual or actual blessings that they are performing. Even the communal services that they perform always starts with gratitude. When you arise in the morning, give thanks for the morning light for your life and strength. Give thanks for your food and the joy of living. Think about all those people who did not wake up today, right? Think about all those people who woke up but did not have any food for the day. If you see no reason for giving thanks, the fault lies with yourself. And I have had such breakthrough moments with people when I am taking one-on-one sessions with them. They just come and they, for whatever reason, whatever conditioning they have gone through, there are a lot of people, and I'm sure if you look around yourself, there are a lot of people who do not see anything good in their life, who do not see anything that they can be thankful for. There are a lot of children who come and say, and these are adult children who say, I am not able to connect with my parents for whatever reason, right? If anybody is in that situation that they cannot see anything around them or any reason in their life to be thankful for, who has to be blamed for that? Blame is a harsh word, but I really want to put the point across. Who has to take the responsibility for that? Themselves. They themselves have to go through the breakthroughs. They themselves have to work on their mind shift. They can take help, but the bottom line is if somebody doesn't see a reason to give thanks, the fault lies with them. History is laden with famous figures who practiced gratitude and whose achievements put them amongst the greatest human beings who have ever lived. So, up above in the chapter, Rhonda Byrne gave the examples of different communities, different cultural beliefs, different geographical location, everywhere where gratitude is practiced. Now, what she's doing is she is taking us to all the famous people around the world over the centuries who have said openly that they have practiced gratitude. Look at these names. These are all famous figures. Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King Jr., Dalai Lama, Leonardo da Vinci, Plato, Shakespeare, Aesop, Blake, Emerson, Dickens, Proust, Descartes, Lincoln, Jung. Like the list can go on and on and on. Newton, Einstein, and many, many, many more. The list is it cannot be contained in a book or in a chapter. Albert Einstein's scientific discoveries changed the way we see the universe. And when asked about his monumental achievements, he spoke only of giving thanks to others. One of the most brilliant minds of all time thanked other people over 100 times a day for the work they had done. This is very important. Like we all know Albert Einstein's, we read about him, we read his discoveries, but the focus growing up, learning about his discoveries, was only on the discoveries, not the practices that he followed, right? And when he was asked how he achieved what he achieved, his response was every single day, 100 times, he is giving thanks to people, other people whose discoveries he's using. So think about Albert Einstein, such a famous personality, such a successful person. And at the core, what is he doing? He's giving thanks to other people. And as we progress in this book, we are going to do this practice too in one of the chapters. So that's how gratitude works. We think, or sometimes we assume that all these big personalities, important figures, they just have it by luck. But no, at the foundation, they are working on it. And one of the basic things that they're doing is they are being grateful, they are being thankful, they do their gratitude practices. Is it any wonder that so many of life's mysteries were revealed to Albert Einstein? Is it any wonder that Albert Einstein made some of the greatest scientific discoveries in history? He practiced gratitude every single day of his life. So when somebody is practicing gratitude every single day, apply the law of attraction. What is going to happen? In return, Einstein received many forms of abundance. He did a big breakthrough in so many discoveries. He was able to find these discoveries. He was able to lead a life where he was known, he was famous, where he was seen as a scholar, right? And this law of attraction formula, the gratitude practice, it's not limited to all the famous personalities we read about. We can use it as much as they have. When Isaac Newton was asked how he had achieved the scientific discoveries he made, he said that he stood on the shoulders of giants. Isaac Newton, recently voted the greatest contributor to science and humankind, was also grateful to those men and women who lived before him. So, this is another example. The scientists, philosophers, inventors, discoverers, prophets who practiced gratitude reaped its results, and most were aware of its inherent power. Yet still, gratitude's power is unknown to most people today. Why is it unknown? Because it's not taught in the schools and the universities, unfortunately. Schools, universities, colleges, any education institution, they are focused on their discoveries. They are focused on the achievements that these people have made. They're not really focused on how did they do it. And this book is all about the foundation of how were they able to do it. Yes, they worked hard. Do not discount that by any way. But the practice or the foundation, if you have laid with being grateful, being in gratitude, you're going to get a lot more abundance in your life. My discovery. Now she's going to tell her story. My story is a perfect example of what life is like when a person is ignorant of gratitude and what happens when you make gratitude a part of life. If I had been asked 6 years ago if I was a grateful person, I would have answered yes. For sure, I'm a grateful person. Now, here, when we are reading the next few paragraphs, I want you guys to clearly think, listen to me, what I'm reading, and draw a comparison with yourself and see where are you in this. So let's start again one more time. If Rhonda Byrne was asked 6 years ago if I was a grateful person, I would have answered yes. For sure, I'm a grateful person. I say thank you when I receive a gift, when someone opens a door for me, or when a person does something for me. We all do that. Most of us, if not all, right? But does that really make you grateful? The truth is, I was not a grateful person at all. I didn't know what being grateful really meant. And just saying the words thank you on the odd occasion certainly didn't make me a grateful person. My life without gratitude was pretty challenging. I was in debt, and it was increasing a little bit more every month. I worked really hard, but my finances never improved or improved. In trying to keep up with the mounting debt and obligations, I was living with a continuous undercurrent of stress. My relationships swung like a pendulum from fair to disastrous because I never seemed to have enough time for each person. How many of us are in this situation? We don't have to talk about it, but it is just a comparison that we need to draw in our personal lives. While I was what would be termed healthy, I felt exhausted. At the end of each day, and I always got my fair share of colds and the latest illnesses going around each season, I had moments of happiness when I went out with friends or when I went on vacation. But then the reality of having to work harder to pay for those pleasures would sweep over me. It is very common for a lot of us trying to find happiness from one vacation to another. And in between the vacation, it is either crankiness, grumpiness, unhappiness, fear, anxiety, all of those feelings. I wasn't living, I was surviving from day to day, from paycheck to paycheck. And I would no sooner solve one life problem than more problems would appear. A lot of people have this. One thing, one problem goes away, the next one appears. Next one, you were barely managing it, another one comes. But then something happened that would change everything in my life from that day forward. I discovered a secret about life. And as a result of my discovery, one of the things I began to do was practice gratitude each day. As a result of this, everything in my life changed. And the more I practiced gratitude, the more miraculous were the results. My life truly became magical. Remember the magic we talked yesterday about how we saw magic in everything when we were little? All of those magics come back in life, miracles come back in life. And sometimes we sit down and wonder, how did this happen? Where did this person came in my life from? For the first time in my life, I became debt free. How amazing. And shortly after that, I had all the money I needed to do whatever I wanted. Problems in my relationships, work, health disappeared. And instead of facing daily obstacles, my days became filled with one good thing after another. Here is another thing I just feel happy to share. So in Amritville at 4:30 a.m. EST, some of us meet every morning for about an hour to do the practice of gratitude. And one of the questions, or rather, one of the things everybody shared in that group, it's a small group, is good news from yesterday. What good news did you get yesterday? And everybody has something to share, believe it or not. Imagine a life where you have a good news to share every single morning, right? So that is how the shift happens when you start doing gratitude on a daily basis. My health and energy increased dramatically, and I felt better than I had in my 20s. My relationships became much more meaningful, and I enjoyed more times with my family and friends in just a few months than I had in all the previous years. And this truly happens. I can tell you with my own example. There are other practitioners in the group as well who had been practicing gratitude for many years or many months now. And when they feel ready, they share. And some of the things that they share, some of the magics and miracles they share, it's just amazing. I'm just going to finish this one paragraph. More than anything else, I felt happier. This is the key. Than I thought it was possible to feel. I was blissfully happy, the happiest I had ever been. Gratitude changed me, and my whole life magically changed. So, from debt to not feeling good, getting ill frequently, not having good relations, and the shift Rhonda Byrne bought in her life was to start doing gratitudes every single day. And after that, everything changed. No more exhaustion in the body, no more um, not feeling good. Instead, what happens is blissfully happy. It is very important you pay attention to this. She did not say, I felt happy. She said, blissfully happy. It's a total different level of happiness. Okay. Also, imagine if just by practicing gratitude every single day, if you get to a point where you have a good news to share every single day with your peers, with your friends, with your family, how beautiful that can be, how happy that can be. Okay, we are going to continue tomorrow. I'm going to stop sharing. It is 9:30. And tomorrow we are going to talk about how you can bring the magic into your life. Let me know if there are any questions, anything anybody wants to share. It's only day 2. If you have anything to share, you can raise a hand, put yourself, like bring yourself, unmute yourself. And Noah, my sessions are so good, everybody gets it. Okay, thank you so much for joining and have a magical day from wherever you're joining. Um, Enjoy your day, and tomorrow we're going to do it again. Thank you so much. Take care, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jacqueline. Thank you. Thank you, guys. We'll talk. Thank you, Amitji. Thank you so much. We are going to connect again tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, Sapna.